Probably need to fix this. I'm pulling up everything I don't need. Still okay, there we go. All right. So this morning, kind of one of those mornings. It's a short week. This is the week of Thanksgiving, so we'll see what wants to move. Let's go ahead and start identifying. Let's go ahead and look through a little bit of the news first. So today we don't have anything crazy coming from the FOMC. It's the 25th, so just the commercial paper, foreign exchange rates, and selected interest rates. Let's jump over here to the scans though. So on the scans, we have QMM, WLDS, RGTI, VSTE, KULR, and CTRX. All of those are above 20%. And then we have one that was moving on Friday, QUBT. And then we have this one down here that is only up 13%, which is CGTX. Now, one that I did see fall quite a bit overnight was SAVA, SAVA, down 84%. This thing fell from, let's look over here, it fell from $25 down to $4. That is an amazing fall overnight. So rest in peace to all of those that was holding that one high. And now it is down here pretty cheap at $4. But there will definitely probably be some bag holders from this day though. All right, so let's start looking through some of the news here. We'll start from the top, QMMM. Go over here to this one. All right, QMM Holdings. Last news was on August 8th, 2024. So that is a couple of months ago. No recent news on that one. So I'm not going to look too much into this one. It doesn't have that catalyst. WLDS will be the next one. WLDS, wearable devices, redefines the neural wristband category with SNC technology for XR interaction. That was a week ago, so a little bit more recent news, but we'll have to see if anything competes with it. I'll go ahead and throw that one on the current watch. RGTI. An hour ago, they successfully completed 100 million at the market equity offering. So they just closed up an offering. I mean, that's not the greatest news. Let's see. November 13th, Rigetti to present keynote at Semicon Europa. Still not that strong. And then some earnings. So yeah, RGTI, don't like that one. VSTE is the next one. VSTE. Okay, an hour ago, Vast receives 30 million from Australian Renewable Energy Agency for green technology to decarbonize Australia's grid and power green fuels production. Okay, that's some pretty good news from an hour ago. And then it got a partnership to bring CSP Power green methanol on October 28th. Got some awarded some engineering contracts. Okay, so they got some good news over here. I'll throw that one on the watch. VSTE and WLDS are the two that I'm looking at right now. CTXR. So next one. News from an hour ago. Citius Pharmaceuticals reports productive FDA Type C meeting to discuss phase 3 Mino-Lock program and pathway to approval. That was an hour ago. And then 3 days ago, they announced a 1-for-25 reverse stock split, which will be happening, executing reverse split at a ratio of 1-for-25 pursuant to laws, state of Nevada. The reverse split effective at 5 p.m. Eastern time on November 25th. So this afternoon, that's when that reverse stock split is going to be going into effect. Sometimes we see stock split news go pretty crazy. And this was Citius. So what is this? What's the price? 19 cents? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'll keep it on watch, but I don't know if I'm willing to jump on a 19. And then another one would be, actually no, CTXR. No, yeah, we're good. And then KULR. 38 minutes ago, we got KULR awarded U.S. Navy contract to develop high temperature internal short circuit cells for enhanced battery safety and critical applications. That was 38 minutes ago. Plus, it's got some news from a couple week ago and some more recent news. Okay. I'll throw that one on the watch as well, and we'll look at the floats and all of that here shortly. And then QUBT was one that was moving Friday. I don't even know if it has any news. Yo, Mass Supreme. Let's see. Quantum computing. So QBT, quantum computing from a week ago. It's up 15%. Not that much for its float, I don't think. I think we looked at this float last week. Yeah, we got a Discord. The Discord link is in the chat, at the top of the chat. Pretty sure it posted out there. I could post it again. Discord right here. Copy this. Copy. Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? Oh yeah. So let's go and start looking at the actual floats for these. So I got my list of stocks that have some catalysts. Now to verify the other factors like float and all of that good stuff, right? So we got CTRX, WLDS, KULR, VSTE. And we'll start with the one with the most volume, which is CTXR. So going over here to Yahoo Finance on the float, we have a float of 158.25 million. That is a very high float. Probably not going to touch that one. Make sure I am on the right one. Yeah, CTXR, very high float for a low float or for a small cap. So I'm going to leave that one be. Let's go to WLDS. Float of under a million, so that's good. Okay. What about KULR? Just checking the floats for right now, and then I'll dive into the next level. Float of 157 million, so nope to KULR. BSTE. This is Vast Renewables. Float of 100 million or 1 million, so that's pretty good. So we only got two that I'm looking at. WLDS and VST. That's it. If they'll survive today, if they don't dump. So those are the two with catalysts. Now let's look into their backstories. What are their profiles talking about? So let's start with WLDS. Wearable devices, profile. Wearable Devices Limited engages in the development of a non-invasive neural input interface for controlling digital devices using subtle touchless finger movements. The company offers Mudra development kits that enable users to control digital devices. Okay. Wristband, blah, blah, blah. So basically just controlling things with your hand movements, hands interaction without having to touch, things. But it says Wearable Devices Limited was incorporated in 2014 and is headquartered in Yokneam. Wait, this is two words, maybe. Yokneam, Ilit, Israel. I don't know. Israeli stock there. I've traded Israeli stocks before. Sometimes they are good. Sometimes they're just like, oh my gosh, why did I buy this? So I guess that's something to keep in mind on that for WLDS. The other one is VSTE. VSTE. So we got Vast Renewables, a renewable energy company, develops and sells concentrated solar thermal power systems. Its CSP systems are used to generate, store, and dispatch electricity and industrial heat, as well as to enable the production of green fuels. The company was incorporated in 2009. That thing's got some history and is based in North Sydney, Australia. Vast Renewables Limited operates as a subsidiary of Ag Central Energy Pty Limited. Okay. Let's look at, I want to go to statistics. Let's look at the insiders and the insiders. Look at how many insiders on this. 91% insiders. Very, very tasty looking on VSTE. Let's look at WLDS as well, insiders. Insiders, where is it? Did I pass it? Insiders, 23%, not as high, but definitely some insiders on this one as well. So those are the two that I'll be watching, WLDS and VSTE. Now, there is something else that's going on with the NQ. So over here on the NQ, we can see that it actually gapped. So these were the two channels that I had drawn on the NQ. I saw a downtrend that it broke out of, and then it started an uptrend up here or down here and started uptrending. And it gapped up here going towards the top side of this trend right here, back towards the 21,000. Now, with this moving up like this, SOXL comes into play. So this XOSL, it goes up with this, goes up with the NQ. So what I'll be looking for is the point of control right now is at 29.19. I'd love to see it kind of hold within, 29.38 to 29, maybe 68 at the open. We have about 15 minutes to the open if it can pull back a little bit, or it may just go. I don't know. But definitely some bullishness in the market. So those three I'll be watching: WLDS, VSTE, SOXL, and that's it. If those don't line up, we'll just it'd be a no trade day, right? But yeah, I'll be watching those three, and this and doing this, it kind of makes me tunnel in. First, I know what has catalysts. I know the floats. I know, where they're from, how long they've been trading, that kind of thing. So, you just want to know all of it. Know it all. Know as much as you can when going into it. Because I don't like gambling just playing price action. Because price action is one variable to trading. And to trade on one variable is gambling. All right. So, yeah, we'll just continue to swing through Sava Bounced all the way from 355 back up to 284. But yeah, this is the current watch list, and well, this is the current top volume movers. These are the top volume movers, top 10 volume movers in the market. And then these are the ones that I'm watching, the current watch list for me. Now, that's not to say something can't get added. You know, something may pop up here right before open, but I don't know if it's going to be able to produce this type of volume. The top volume mover right now is 63 million at the top, and then 14. So it's going to have to at least get 14 to even get on this radar. But if it doesn't get 14 and it is a low float, we'll see it pop up here on my small cap gapper or a small cap no cap or small cap no gap scanner. But just looking around, fishing right now. So what you see on the screen, I have my ATR low and high labels. I have my pretty much the sentiment indicator, shorts or longs. Then I have my POC point of control that comes with the volume profile. Then I have my halt up, halt down labels, where it can halt, where the highest possibility of it to halt at. Or I guess you can call them halt bands. And then I have the trade size that I could take. And this one's 18 cents. Of course, I could take a lot on this one, but it changes with the actual pricing and what the stock actually is. So if I go to QMM, it'll change to 2,000 shares, about 2,500 shares. VST around 1,000 shares. You know, but yeah, we're gonna be watching. Now, looking at the ATRs on these that I'm watching, for WLDS, the ATR is 37 cents. Well, it closed with 37 cents on Friday. VST has an ATR of 68 cents. So, how easy would it be to get 5 or 10 cents off of these is the question, you know. On a good dip, can we get a good dip, and can we get that little 10-cent move, you know, quick little 10 cents? And the SPY just continues to hammer up, and SOXL is getting extended now. So 4 candles up in the open. So I don't know, man. That thing, it ripped through the previous structure. NQ ripped through the previous structure like nothing. I don't know if it's gonna come back and test this 2100 or 21,000, but yeah, it's definitely looking really bullish here. It is above the ATRs, so definitely bulls are putting their foot down, and we'll see what a pullback looks like on this thing. I'll be watching XOXL. My goodness, Saba bounced all the way back to 5. That's crazy, but it's still down 80%. I wouldn't trust it. We have about 10 minutes to the bell. VSTE pulling on back. Take about 1,200 shares on this one. And what is 10 cents on 1,200 shares? Let's see. 1,200 times 10 cents. 120 bucks. Okay. What if it went further than that though? Well, I don't know. We'll see. Up 64% right now with 16 million shares traded. Coming on down. Point of control on VSTE is 234, where the majority of the trades happen during pre-market. Let's look at WLDS as well. WLDS point of control is up here at 359, so it's kind of below where the majority of the trades. So I'm thinking shorts got on board here, and may be an indication that shorts are sitting a little heavy. Maybe we'll have to see which one sticks out, WLDS or VSTE. Am I going to chase that rocket ship? Rocket ship? I don't know. What I'm looking at is I'm following the ATRs. I'm following the catalysts. So it doesn't matter if it's a rocket ship. If it has a reason to be up, then sure, let's go. Um, and I'm chasing so I got ATRs, catalysts. I have my betas, how it moves with the overall market. So looking over here on my scans, what's the score? What is its sentiment based on what the market is doing? If it's a positive number, then if the market's going up, it is more likely to go up. If it's a negative number, it's usually going to be going down. And you can see QMM has a negative beta score, and we know that the market is going up. Um, let's see what else we got. And we also are looking at the top, percent gainer. So it's not just looking at a rocket ship. There are other variables here for, what I'm doing, which is scalping, basically. Getting in, getting a quick pop, and getting on down. What's the average daily volume before this jump? I really don't care. What the RVOL is what you're asking. That's gonna come up on this scan right here. So once the market opens, RVOL calculates on my scans as well. So we'll see on the open. Now I do like to wait the first 15 minutes to see what the first candle is going to look like. Sometimes that first candle can be how do you say, volatile. That's the word I'm looking for. The first candle can be very volatile and can do some crazy stuff. We see a lot of, times a lot on these cheaper ones, the big long wicks form. So you can get caught in a very bad position getting in too early. And I kind of like to let it show me where the strength is. I don't want to guesstimate and just jump in. You know what I mean? Let it play around. Now, the other thing is I do trade on the 15-minute. I don't mess with the 5, 1, nothing under 15-minute. Just the 15-minute, and I let those candles close. So, yeah. I am a little bit more patient than most, to say the least. Yeah, but the patience saves my life more than not. Sometimes I end up losing my shoestrings and the shirt off my back if I get impatient. Jump in and then just get scorched. It's like, what happened, man? Is this stock this abusive? QMM bouncing back up there to 149, but I didn't like that catalyst on that one. So let's see what happens. So BSTE hit a high up here of $3 flat. Right up there. And then WLDS, where'd you hit? It hit at right at $4, $4-ish, somewhere up in here. So we'll see what happens on the open. We have about 7 minutes left. So I guess that is another thing that once it's calculated makes a lot of sense, which is the RVOL, the relative volume. I'm more focused on the relative volume than the average volume. The average volume is like, okay, let's say if it had an average volume of 1 million or 100,000. And then on a day like this, it has volume of 40 million. I'm more interested on how many times the norm that it's gone up rather than the average volume. If the average volume is 100K, I'm like, okay, what does that tell me on the day for as a day trader trying to scalp? But if I see the relative volume 200, 300, 400, 500 times the norm, I'm like, okay, people are over here and there's some definite feet moving. You know what I mean? There's some furniture moving over here. We got about 5 minutes to the bell. 5 minutes to the bell. BSTE pulled back. What did SOXL do? SOXL pulling back a little bit. Coming back to that checkpoint that I was telling you about. Let's go to NQ. So it broke out of this previous level, and it looks like it's trying to come back and test it a little bit, maybe at 21,000. But it had a nice little gap, but it was within the tunnel that it's been in. So it's not like it's a crazy gap. It could pull back a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see. So the trade size. So if I go over here, let's go to this. So basically what I want to do is allow myself to have multiple attempts in a day to trade, right? And so I've broken down my account. Let's say if I want to take 3 trades on a day, or I want to take 5 trades on a day, I want to break down my account into that many trades so I can just continue to trade. Because of course I trade in a cash account. I'm not using margin. I use my own money to trade. So I set it up where I can take multiple trades. And if one goes bad, I can just stop out and I got another one. Usually the most trades I take on a day is 2. So I take one, and if it goes well, I just walk away. But if it sets up again, I'll take a smaller trade. So let's say if my trade size is like 2,500, I can take like 3 trades a day on this stock. I can just get that 3 times, and that's pretty much out. If I'm wrong 3 times, I'm done anyway. You know, if I'm getting cooked 3 times, it wasn't my day anyway. But as far as it's just giving me more trades in a day. Basically breaking down the account and saying, okay, if I want to take 3 trades at this price range, what does the calculation need to look like, right? If I have a $10,000 account and I'm like, okay, I want to take 3 trades at 108. So $10,000 account, and I want to take 3 trades. First of all, I can just divide. I want to take 3 trades right here. So I know that I have 3,300 for the first trade, 3,000 for the second trade, and third trade. So I take this number, 3,000 whatever, and divide it by the current price. So 3,333 divided by whatever the current price is over here. I can't see it. 135. So 135. And that would give me 3 allotments, positions of 2468, which is close to, you know, what I got over here, right? 3,000 or yeah, 2,468 shares, and I just cut the end off. I made it, actually this is a calculation, I think. That's behind here, but I also have a round down feature which rounds down to the nearest 50. So it's going to go 2,400 and it's going to round down if possible. But yeah, it keeps me from guesstimating. I'm like, man, what size should I take, man? What size should I take with the amount of trades that I want to give myself in a day? Because a lot of times I notice when I only have one trade, let's say if I put my full account on one trade, and then it's like, let's say that trade gets botched or something like that. I'm like, man, I was wrong. But and then later on in the day, it starts to do exactly what I thought it was going to do anyway. Well, I want to give myself that second chance and not burn too much capital on that first trade. And I mean, with this one, you know, if I take 2,500 shares, you'll be looking at, for a 10-cent winner, you'll be looking at 250. So for 10 cents. Let's say it does something crazy and rips 50 cents. I mean, maybe you're just not ready for it and it rips 50 cents instead. You're sitting up a nice little 1,250, right? But I'm trading to give myself that second chance, basically. Be like, okay, well, that didn't work. Maybe I got stopped out, and I got stopped out small, right? I lost maybe 50 bucks, maybe 100 bucks. Okay, cool. But now it's giving me the second chance. So yeah, we got about 15 seconds to the open, and we're gonna be watching. I'm watching WLDS and VSTE, but they're both kind of fading right now. So we'll see what the top thing QMM does out of the open, which has pretty much the highest volume right now. So we'll kind of see, it just opened up. So QMM, we have an ATR high up here of 148. We have the ATR low of 122. Right now is in between both of them. So you see consolidation here. I don't like trading in consolidation. I wanted to make a decision, either break out here or break down. I don't like trading in consolidation. It's gonna have to make a choice. And we'll scroll through the rest of them. Right now it's up 94%. Did it go into a halt here? It is halted, maybe. Yeah, halted at 146. It did not break out of consolidation. RGTI, ATR high of 275, ATR low of 250 in consolidation. Needs to make a decision. WLDS, ATR high of 310. And this was one of the ones that I'm actually watching. And then ATR low of 249. So if it breaks down this ATR low, I don't want it. I'm trying to go long, not short. Now, the ATRs, this ATR code or whatnot, it can go, if you're short, if you like taking short positions, it can help you as well. Looking for it to make the decision to go low. And that's what it looks like it's doing. But right now it's in consolidation, hasn't made a full decision yet. Let's also look at the NQ, which is looking crazy right now. Look at this NQ. So remember we were talking about, hey, it hit the top of this range that I had identified back here. Hit the top and look at this splash back down to the ATR high, right? So what I'm thinking is if it can get back into consolidation, I'm thinking most of the large caps will end up going into consolidation too, because they kind of follow this stock. But if it can hold up and continue to retest up here to the 21, maybe that'll be a little bit of bullish nature. But right now, you gotta wait till this thing slows down. Look at this big drop. Anybody that bought up here just got caved all the way back to the ATR high, which is where it bounces. And a lot of people are like, man, what do the ATRs mean? What does it, what does it do? It's the average true range and it's a calculation. And you can see it bounce right off this level because professional traders use the ATR. That if you're not using the ATR, you'd be like, man, why did it bounce there? Man, why did it dump there? Because it ran into a wall. Call the ATR. That's why. And look at this bounce from down here, 20K, all the way back up here to the point of control. So how big is that move? 20,958 all the way back up to the 20,900, almost 2,100. That thing's lifting. But this candle has not closed yet. This is the 15 minutes, so we don't know where it wants to close, but that's kind of a reaction off the ATR that you can get. Okay, so QMM still halted. KULR of 63% broke out of the ATR. ATR high was at 70 cents. ATR low is at 61. This one did not have, well, two things wrong with this one. It has a super high float, and it's also, is it halted? It's not halted. It's just, I don't think the chart's keeping up. I see the numbers moving. They were just running. Where's the numbers? Yeah, okay, there it is. So it's barely moving and then snatched back into the ATR. So back into consolidation. That's nasty. That's a nasty move. All right, let's see when QMM is going to be unhalting. So halt scans over here. Now QMM is not one that I'm looking to trade. It did not have any kind of catalyst, but I need to see it destroy people before people realize what, where the catalyst is. So I like to keep an eye on it. It halted at 9:30:43, so it should be unhalting here in like a minute at the 35:43. Okay, so QULR not barely moving. RGTI still in consolidation. WLDS consolidation. QUBT consolidation. CTRX not even showing up. It'll show up later. Some of these penny stocks, they kind of take a little bit to put out. But let's see, 35:43 is when this one's supposed to. I want to see it just get destroyed actually. So we can have some more confidence in some of the things with the actual catalyst. VSTE going towards this ATR low. So if it breaks down this ATR low, I don't care what kind of catalyst it has. I'm leaving it alone. Same thing with WLDS. Breaks down the ATR low. It's going to have to rip all the way back up to the ATR high for me to be even interested. Okay. So we're about to get an open here on the 43 for QMMM. And let's see if it can get destroyed. I'm guessing maybe shorts will be sitting up here right above the ATR here for the open to dump it back in. So let's see what happens. It's up 94% with I think it has either no catalyst or very weak catalyst. I forgot which one, but I know I didn't put it on the watch list for a reason. All right, so let's see. Here we go. About to open up here. There's the open, snaps up. Where are the shorts sitting? Okay, they didn't even let it get through it. Come on, get through it so we can get this short attack. All right, right up to the open or right up to the highs. Let's see if it gets slapped down here. ATR high right here at 149. Now, this is one of those things where I say, hey, if it's back in the halt. This is one of those things where I say, hey, if this thing is up with no catalyst, most of my profit comes on things with catalyst moving up. If it's on no catalyst or weak catalyst, I'm thinking it's gonna be, short meat. I think the shorts are gonna eat on this. Especially back towards a dump under 150-ish. So we'll see. It's only up 10% or 10 cents. And it did hit the halt level. I didn't even look at the halt level. So I have my halt levels up here. 162 was the halt level. And it hit 160. It got close and halted. So basically these halts are just a calculation that I made based on the percentages. And basically if it crosses this, the potential for it to halt goes up exponentially. And that's what you're seeing here. So that was a halt. Halt down is at 108 right now. But if this candle closes, this recalculates. So it's based on the open of each candle, the opening price of each candle, and it, that's how the halt goes. But yeah, the halt up at 162. Okay, so let's go back over and let's just swing around while that's halted. KULR is still just a penny stock, not even showing up. RGTI tested the ATR high, still in consolidation though. Also, let's look at the NQ. I keep forgetting, look at that. Sitting around the 2100s right now. Big hold over this level, but this candle still has not closed as a 15-minute candle, so still plenty of time for it to do. Now, you better believe people made profit on this ATR bounce. This was almost $100 or maybe a $50 bounce. Yeah, $50 bounce up in there, and look at that. Ooh, it might flip over and go green. It may just go green. So look at that. All the way back up to this original structure here of that was found back here on, what is this? The 13th, November 13th. And it's testing the top side of that structure right now. But not able to actually push through it. So we'll see. All right, so let's go back. Those cheap stocks are trash. Yeah, I guess you could say that, but there's opportunity if you know what you're doing. If you don't, you will lose money. 250,000%, you will lose money if you're not used to trading small caps. But usually, like my scanner isn't just for small caps. This is just a top volume scanner. As you can see, Nvidia is coming up here, Sava is up here, and these are the top volume movers. This is what I look for. I'm like, okay, where are people at on the day? I don't really care about something that's barely moving, and it's like, because those aren't day trades, those are swing trades. Day trades are you looking for where the people are, and then and here's the RVOL. I forgot to show you this. You asked about what I think about the volume. The RVOL calculation is calculating on the last 60 days. Last 60 days of every day of volume and the multiples of the normal volume. So whatever the normal volume is, this thing WLDS is 260 times what its normal volume is. I don't know why QMM isn't calculating. Maybe it doesn't have enough years of trading or something. Does it not have 60 days? Am I tripping? Oh, it does not. It does. Wait, no, it does. Boom, boom, boom. It is under a year in age, though. I'm looking at my other chart over here. Look at this daily chart. So we see QMM came down, and this is what I think of trash. When I look at this, no catalyst, and this had to be a reverse split or something, maybe, but maybe not. But it made a definite move down, and I don't like the look of this chart here on Q, whatever. NQ absolutely exploded. So it did get through this level. So bounced off the ATR highs, came through this level and hitting the next, looks like it's reclaimed or actually breaking out the top level of this uptrend. So I just marked it up, looked at it. Now let's look at SOXL. SOXL is the stock that or the ticker instrument that I usually trade if things are going well for the NQ. Now, the other thing is it needs to break out of the ATR highs. I don't like it if it won't break out. If it's just gonna stay right here, I don't like it. It needs to make the decision. The short or the longs need to make a decision to push this thing out. Push it out of what's the high or what's the ATR high? 29.80 right now. And then has a little bit more past that at 29.84. But right now, not touching it. Not touching it at all. QMM open back up. All right, so let's see if it gets a slam down or if it's going to just be the trade on the day that I will not take. It's up 136%. Has the ATR high here at 150. You can see my trade size is recalculating based on the actual price of the stock in real time. So as it's moving around, my trade size is moving around as well. It's based on the close of each, not each candle, but the close per, I guess, per second, I guess. Every time it closes, you'll see it reevaluate what's going on. But for right now, I'm not interested in this. If this is going to be the best that we have on the day and it's going to be where people want to dump their money, I am not putting my money over there. Got to protect the profits. And then WLDS continued to go down, so it actually broke down the ATR low, so definitely not interested in that. And then what was the other one? BSTE went down as well, so no trades based on what I'm seeing. So the last thing that I could trade is SOXL. SOXL. We'll just keep our eyes on it. It threw a little bit through the ATR highs, but hasn't really broken it. So I'm not too keen on this one right here. Just kind of struggling. Did a little double top. I'm just not into that kind of motion if it's not gonna break the ATR high with some gusto. Anyway, this is kind of what I do every morning. See where the strength is, if things are going to just stick in consolidation or if they're actually going to do something big. And then, if it happens, it happens. Now remember, this is a short week and this is Thanksgiving week, and see, it's getting pushed out the ATRs again into consolidation, and I'm not with that. And if you trade in consolidation, sometimes you can get trapped in here. It'll just go back and forth with you, just back and forth in this consolidation. I don't like that at all. Okay, QMM halted down now at the 159. I'm pretty sure once it opens up, it's going to be back under this 150. And this 15-minute candle is about to close. I am about to have to get to my morning meeting for sure. Don't really see anything that I'm interested in right now. Maybe something else will pop up, but yeah, everything kind of died. So this isn't about taking stupid trades. This is about seeing the variables line up and take the trade accordingly as per the variables that I have. And when I say variables that I have, so this is basically where I'm sitting on the month. I've taken 19 trades, 15 winners, 4 losers. I'm at a 78% win rate. And I'm just closing up the month nice and easy. I did give back some profits this month. I had a couple of losers where I broke my rules. I traded under the ATR low or something like that, or I traded earnings. The earnings one was just stupid. That earnings one was just stupid. But sitting green on the week, green on the month. And so yeah, this is the win rate. And I'm not out here taking stupid trades. A lot of people, they just see you streaming. It's like, no, I journal. I got all the documentation. I've taken over 3,000 something trades. Got all of that. So nah, this ain't stupid trading over here. But anyway, how is my man? I haven't even, what's crazy? My dividend portfolio is, how do you say it? So I have a couple of big things in there, and then I have a couple of things that I kind of swing trade. I was in gut. I ended up selling gut because it wasn't looking, I didn't like it. It just started looking kind of weak. But basically what gut is, if it'll come out, it's a utility stock. Provide it's energy, utilities, all this stuff. I sold out of this. I bought 1,000 shares at 524, and it just started looking weak. I was like, you know what? I'm not too interested because looking at the daily chart, I saw it come up here and it's been, in a slight downtrend, but it does pay a monthly dividend. So it's like 50 bucks a month. I sold it though. Some of the other ones that I have in my portfolio are like AT&T. It's up at 23 right now, but I bought at 13 bucks and it pays me a nice dividend every month. Um, where are my other ones that I had? I sold some of I also sold some of CLM. Whoops. Wait, CLM. CLM, come on now, populate. Okay, there we go. CLM, I bought down here at 740, 759 down here at this level. I bought 500 shares of this one, and I sold some. Well, I sold a lot of it recently at this top. Because I was thinking, man, if this thing's gonna break $10, cool. I just take off. So I was up quite a bit from here with that 500 shares from down here at 756 and up here to 87 sold. And I'm just holding a little position just to see if it breaks 10, and I'll probably sell some more. But it's still paying me a monthly dividend as well. Um, Another one that I had in the portfolio was CRF, which is now at 908. Oh, did I type that wrong? CRF. Here it is. Cornerstone. Okay, this one. Come on, populate. There we go. Okay, so this was another one that I bought down here at 7. I bought this in around this 769 level. And you may ask, well, how do you know when to buy? How do you know when to, well, I have scans. I have a whole nother setup for dividend research. And I scan for particular fundamentals and company information as far as their earnings and all that stuff. And so I got in down here at 705 or 750, like 760-ish. And I had only 400 shares on this one. Now, what I try to do is get 500 shares of each one, but it kind of took off before I could get 500. And I was like, yeah, I don't feel like buying anymore. It pays a monthly dividend as well, and I sold majority of it around 890, but I'm still holding a small position on it and still getting those dividend payouts if it wants to rip 10. But if it wants to come down, I'll just rinse and repeat. If it wants to come back down to $7, because you can see that it's swung down there multiple times. But yeah, and this is this is kind of what it looks like. I got in down, so I got in down here where you see these lines at. Around 779 was where I started buying, and then it kind of dropped, but it's kind of back here. So it's back here, right here, 779, and then it rolled all the way up to 9, and I sold a little bit before this dump right here. This little gap, it's kind of zoomed out. Y'all probably can't see it. Let me do this. So I sold a little bit before this little gap. Oh my goodness, this little gap down right here. Sold a little bit, and then I sold a little bit more up in here, and then it kind of rallied back up with the end of my position. But either way it goes, it's still paying me, and it's way away from my entry, which was like 760, 779, whatever the entry is. So I'm just letting that ride and just looking for the next opportunity. So these types I actually kind of swing, and if they really go crazy, I just hold them. Like AT&T, when I bought it at 13 bucks, I was like, I'm holding this. AT&T at 13 bucks. It hadn't been here in 70 years. I'm like, say less. Say less. So I was in there. But yeah. I load up ETFs in a Roth. Nah. I use the money that I make in real life. I don't want it sitting in a Roth IRA or whatever. I just pay the taxes. I'm good. And this is not, I don't full-time day trade. I do my research, I do all this stuff, but I actually have a job outside of this. So either way it goes, I'm gonna get hit with taxes. You know, I work in IT, you know, work network engineering, network analyst, whatever you want to call it. But I'm gonna get hit with taxes anyway. I'm not too worried about taxes. Paying taxes is like, you know, not that bad. I just pay them and move on. But anyway, yeah, I pay my fair share. I make sure the roads are good. uh, but yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at right now. Man, I need to fix this. Boy, auto. Okay, here we are on what was the one that we were looking at? QMM. Is it still halted? Okay, so that one ended up crashing out the ATR high, right back under that 154. And then the halt recalculated. So the halt level now is at 188, and the halt down is at 126. Recalculated. So we'll see what happens on this open. RGTI was another one I'm not interested in because it's got a higher float up there above the ATR. So nothing really following what I want to see, man. KULR back in consolidation. RGTI is one of the few that's holding up, but I just, I don't know. Doesn't look too promising to me. SMCI is one that's always on the move. This thing fell to like $20 or something. Yeah, $18 and has just been rallying up. It is above the ATR high, doing its thing, and it's just like $40, and I'm just not willing to risk that much on that one. CTXR continue to go down. CG, Nvidia. Oh my goodness, Nvidia. Nvidia. Oh my goodness, the NQ. I was like, wait a minute, why is Nvidia doing this? Okay, so this is coming back. NQ was not able to hold up those levels, came back into consolidation, crashed the ATR high. So that means SOXL probably got punched in the mouth. Yep. Look at that. SOXL failed that level. And this is why I wait for that ATR breakout. Wait for the breakout. If it's gonna do it, great. If it wants to stay in consolidation, I leave it alone. I'm good. I'm okay. I'll come back tomorrow. But yeah, interesting. IWM is still green on the day, which is the small cap, the small cap indicator, or not indicator, but the small cap, what do you call it, ETF. Looking over here at what is still green. So I'm guessing a lot of these, like SOXS, is one that I trade when the market is going down. But right now, since it's just testing the ATR highs, I don't want to mess with this. Plus, it's red on the day. I like to see this one green on the day. And then I look over at the Qs, Q. Oh my goodness! And oh, let me go back to the Nasdaq, bro. It is not stopping this dump. Oh my goodness! So it is in hard consolidation here. Look at this fallout. So I will definitely be interested in SOXS coming up, maybe sometime this week, because this is crazy. Looking at SOXS, this is what it's doing, but I don't like trading red day stocks. It had a gap down, and you know, just like the NQ is coming down right now, the NQ, is it still green on the day? I never trust it when it's still green on the day. Let me see. Yep. See, the NQ is still green on the day, and it could easily recover this ATR high and go on up. It gets you kind of locked in. You're like, oh man, the shorts are getting punished. Then all of a sudden it goes back. But right now it is in consolidation. So I'll be interested if it starts breaking back over ATR highs. But right now, man, this pump down is crazy. Oh my goodness. I forgot about the meeting. I gotta get out of here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna continue to just bide my time. I don't even see anything that I like right now. So yeah, I'm watching the NQ dump and staying out the way. But appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you like the content, definitely like and subscribe. But I got to get out of here because I pretty much missed the whole meeting. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next one. And as always, keep your head on the swivel. You're going to be trading. This is a short week, Thanksgiving. I didn't see anything crazy today for the FOMC that they're announcing. So, you know, it's whatever. But yeah, that is it for me today. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.